It's a state of emergency. Oh, martial law. It's a state of emergency. Amanda, viva EFF, viva, viva EFF, viva. Thank you very much, commissars, officials. We're going to continue with our program. We've got all of us the manuals, the Road to Victory manual. So we're going to go through it, all of us, because this is a guide of how we're going to get to where President was saying we're going. So if you don't read and you don't pay attention, uzophuma endleleni ungathi asikutshela. So all of us, let's go to the manual. We'll go straight to, starting at page 7, where we start with the introduction. The Economic Freedom Fighters celebrated its 10 years of existence following its formation in 2013. In 10 years of existence following its formation in 2023. The organization has been contesting elections since 2014 and has demonstrated electoral and territorial growth since it contested its first election. The upcoming national and provincial elections will be the third time the organization is participating in this type of election. The 2024 NPE in South Africa are the biggest contestation since 1994 elections and represent a crucial turning point for the nation. The outcome will shape the country's leadership, policy direction, and societal progress. South Africa can pave the way for a more prosperous future by addressing economic challenges and public discontent and forging inclusive governance. These elections occur when the country's morale is at its lowest since 1994. As of 2023, an average of 18.2 million people live in extreme poverty, the highest level of poverty recorded since the dawn of democracy. There is a continued increase on levels of unemployment reaching a staggering rate of 32%. Criminality is on the rise, with law enforcement agencies being complicit in the crimes and criminals continuing to run rampant with impunity. Law and order has collapsed as Parliament, which is the head of legislation, is now the shadow of its past, and its incompetency has worsened after it was burned down. The executive is on the back foot and in a panic mode, while as a whole, society has lost faith in the executive due to its continued moral degeneration. These socio-economic issues are exacerbated by the country being plunged into darkness through the deliberate collapse of ESCOM and the mismanagement of resources, which have rendered all state-owned enterprises obsolete. The country will go to elections during an era where South Africa is degenerating into a failed state, with critical infrastructure collapsing and the central institutions of constitutional order being subdued for political convenience. The upcoming 2024 NPE will be the turning point in the country's political landscape. The 2024 elections will reveal the changing dynamics and potential realignment in electoral politics, because the erstwhile dominant political parties will be reduced to insignificance. The EFF, as the most dependable weapon in the hands of our people, will represent its policy agenda through the People's Manifesto, focusing on key issues such as electricity, job creation and unemployment, hunger, the state of our education, healthcare, land reform, corruption, neglect of public and critical infrastructure decay, lawlessness and crime, abuse of drugs and substances, and social welfare. This will influence voter support and encourage voter turnout, especially among the historically marginalized communities and young people. The organization has embarked on a mass voter registration campaign in an effort to mobilize unregistered voters. In the 2014 NPE, the organization emerged as a formidable force under the elections theme. Now is the time for economic freedom. The organization focused on issues such as land reform, corruption and inequality, which resonated with many voters in South Africa. In the 2014 NPE, out of 25 million registered voters with a voter turnout of 18 million, which accounts for 73%, the organization received 1.1 million votes on the national ballot, 1,130,640 votes on the provincial ballot, which represents 6.35%. and received 25 seats in the National Assembly and 6 seats in the National Council of Provinces. In the 2016 LGE, the organization continued to build on its support base in all 205 local municipalities, 8 metros in the country under the elections theme, our last hope for jobs and service delivery. The organization's campaign centered on providing better services to residents, job creation and transparency in government. Out of 26 million registered voters with a voter turnout of 15 million, which accounts for 57%, the organization received 1,228,000 votes on the proportional representation PR ballot, 1,217,000 votes on the ward ballot, and 755,000 votes on the district ballot, which represents 8.3%. The organization received a total of 815 PR councillors, 11 ward councillor seats across the country. This positioned the organization as a significant opposition force in the local government. In 2019 NP, under the theme, Our Land and Jobs Now, the organization's message for economic transformation, job creation, and land redistribution resonated with many voters across the country. Out of 26 million registered voters with a voter turnout of 17 million, now must cut off this live thing that you are running.